Hey y'all, Nico here. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, thanks for joining me. I'm Nico. Today's video is yoga for splits. So we're going to be doing poses that help stretch the certain muscles that allow you to get into splits. So the hip flexors, the back of the legs, and things of that nature. So let's just jump right into the practice. You will need a block. So grab a block or a big heavy book that is similar to the size of the block if you have one, or you can even grab a couple of pillows. So we're going to come up to hands and knees, big toes together, knees out wide, float your hips back towards your heels, melt your chest down towards the mat, come into child's pose. Really trying to settle down into the hips here. Maybe as you feel your hips loosen up, you could bring your chest down lower. Take an inhale. Exhale, float your body forward. Tuck the toes under and start to lift the hips up and back as you come to a down dog position. Pressing the chest towards the thighs. And alternate bending each knee. Getting a good stretch in the back of those legs. Coming up on the toes and then setting the heels down again. Or pressing those heels away again. And then bring your gaze up in between your hands and walk your feet up behind your hands. Come up for a half lift, placing your hands on the shins. Exhale, try to keep that spine long as you lower down to a forward fold. So not rounding the spine quite yet. And then from here, bring a nice deep bend into your right knee. Right hand comes to the ground in front of the right foot. Left arm extends up. And an intense stretch on that left hamstring and the back of the left leg. If at any time any of these poses is a lot, back up out of the pose. Don't want to have any injuries here. Inhale. Exhale, lower the left hand down. Deep bend in the left knee. Left hand comes in front of the left foot. Right arm extends up towards the sky. You can also bring your hand to a block if you need to, if your arms are a little short. Good. Inhale. Exhale, lower the right hand down. We're going to step back with the left foot, come into a low lunge. So left knee comes down for Anjaneyasana. Sweep the arms up and bend nice and deep into this front knee. Good. Feel free to rest your hands on the front knee to help you deepen the stretch. We're just going to add a little to this stretch. So from here, you can bend the back knee, reaching back with both hands and pulling it in towards your glutes, or come back to a wall and rest the back foot up against the wall as you are down in your lunge. So that'll look something like this. Whichever one works best for you. Sometimes it takes me a couple tries to get back there and grab it. And just pull the heel in towards your glutes. Inhale. Exhale, release. Let's do the other side, just switching legs. Step that right foot back, step the left foot up. Sweep the arms up, inhale. You can keep the hands lifted or bring the hands to the knee. Bending nice and deep into that left knee. Now from here, you can bring your foot back on the wall, or you can bend that back foot, grab it with both hands as you pull it in towards your glutes. Inhale. Exhale, release that back foot. Step that left knee back, left leg back. And then we're going to step our right foot up again in between our hands and start to shift our weight back as we come to a half split. So inhale, lengthen. Try to get that front leg as straight as you can. Exhale, melt your chest down towards this front leg for your half split. Couple more breaths. Inhale. Exhale, shift your weight forward. Step the right leg back. And bring that left leg up again. Shifting your weight back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, melt down. And maybe as you start to settle down into the pose, you feel those muscles loosen up a little bit more and you could come a little bit deeper. A couple more breaths. Inhale. Exhale, shift your weight back forward, step that left knee back, left foot back. Now from here, big toes come together again, knees come out wide, floating back to Balasana again, or child's pose. Giving the back of the legs a little bit of a break, and also opening these hips up. Hopefully your hips start to loosen up. Feel free to add a little bit of movement here. Take an inhale, exhale, shift your weight forward again, coming back to a table pose. And this time we're going to step our right foot on the outside of our right hand and then come down to our forearms to lizard pose. If you need a little bit more elevation, you can stay up on the hands or you can lower down to the block. Otherwise, we're lowering our forearms down to the ground, and you can roll onto the side of your foot as well. And feel free to add a little bit of movement here. Settling down into your lizard pose. You can also push this knee away if you want a little bit more. Just play around with the pose. Couple more breaths. Inhale. Exhale, bring the foot flat, come back up on the hands, and kind of heel toe the foot towards the center of the mat. Bring a hand on either side, tuck the back toe under, and lift off the back knee. And we're gonna shift our weight onto this right foot, coming into a standing split. So shifting our weight onto the right foot, and lift your left leg as high as you can and lower your chest down. Good. If you want to use a wall to support your back foot, you can. Inhale. Exhale, lower that left foot down, lower the back knee down, and step the right leg back. Let's step that left foot up this time on the outside of the left hand. And you could come down to your forearms, down to the block, and roll onto the side of the left foot. Remember, you can use that left hand to push the knee away if you like. You can add a little bit of movement here as well. So if you do these poses pretty consistently every day if you can, you should eventually be able to open your hips and legs up enough to get into a split. Couple more breaths. Lower the left foot down, come up on the hands. Heel toe that foot towards the center of your mat. Tuck the back toe under. Shift your weight onto the left foot. Come to standing split on this side. Just lowering down as much as you can. Might be high, might not be very high. One leg might be more flexible than the other. Inhale. Exhale, lower that back toe down. Lower the knee down and step the left knee back as well. And from here we'll come to a seated position. Extend those legs out in front. Make sure you're sitting nice and tall. We're going to bend at the right knee. Bring in the bottom of the right foot on the inside of the left thigh. You can also tuck the foot into the hip. We'll sweep the arms up. Inhale. Exhale, lower it down. Forehead to knee pose. Trying to settle down into the pose. Couple more breaths. Inhale. Exhale, release. Coming back up to a seated position. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Extend the right leg out. Bend at the left knee. Bottom of the foot rest on the inside of the right thigh or rest on the inside of the hip. Sweep the arms up. Inhale. Exhale, come down for head to knee on this side. A couple more breaths. Inhale. Exhale, roll back up to a seated position. And then bring your legs out wide as you can. You can scoot the hips up a little bit to help you get a little bit more of a wide seat. Sweep the arms up, inhale. Exhale, lead with the chest. Let the arms come down in front and you can slowly walk those hands out. Feet are flexed back towards your face. You can let those forearms come down. You can walk the hands forward a little bit more until your chest. Some people might be able to get their chest down to the ground. I'm not going to push it too much. I have a little bit of a hamstring strain I've been dealing with, so I'm taking care of myself. couple more breaths. Now walk those hands back. Bring those legs together and scoot your hips close to your heels. Coming down to your back. Hug your knees into your chest for a moment. And then when you're ready, bring the elbows on the inside of the knees and grab the outside of the feet. Bringing the knees out wide and letting the bottom of the feet face the sky. Some people may be more comfortable with their elbows on the outside. I'm more comfortable with my elbows on the inside. Kind of gently pressing those knees down towards the ground, opening up the hips here. And you can rock side to side if you like. Hold for a couple more breaths. Inhale. Exhale, release. Rock back and forth and come all the way back up to a table position. Now for this last part, we're going to move into a modified split with the block. Feel free to skip this part if you aren't quite ready. Have your block nearby. And we're going to step our right foot up in between our hands and float our hips back for our half split. And then from here, we're going to place the block underneath us, hopefully preparing for the glute to come onto the block. If you need to have it on the highest side, feel free to do that as well. I'm going to do that today to protect my hamstrings. And then when you're ready, start to extend the left leg back, and then let this glute come onto your block. Coming up on this heel, letting the toes face the sky, and you could keep your hands down for support, of course. Couple more breaths. And when you're ready, bring that heel back underneath you. Move the block out the way. Shift your weight forward. And step this right foot back. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Left foot comes up in between the hands. Shifting our weight back for that half split. Grab your block. Place it underneath the glute, align it up underneath that glute, and start to extend this right leg back. A couple more breaths. And then gently walk your foot back in, move the block out the way, bring that knee back underneath you, and step that left foot back. And that completes our yoga for splits. So again, if you do this practice regularly, hopefully you'll eventually open your hips up enough to move down into a split pose. Let me know if you found this practice useful. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And thank you for watching. Peace and love.